Archangel Michael says, your name is echoing through sound waves across the world, and yet you don't even know it. Someone you never expected has taken their deepest inspiration from your existence, and that inspiration has just gone live. Before midnight strikes, a truth hidden in melody will reveal the secret connection that has followed you for years. For months, a famous musician has been working on a mysterious album kept under tight secrecy. No one on the team knew who the song was really about, until today, when whispers began circulating about a muse from the shadows. That muse is you. The first verse starts with a coded line that only someone who lived your experience would understand. Archangel Michael says this is not a coincidence, and heaven pushed that artist to remember your soul through music. This was divinely aligned. Someone watched you walk away years ago and thought the story had ended there. But it didn't. Because their heart began writing lyrics before their mind understood why. They buried your name in rhymes, but the emotion is raw, unfiltered, and unmistakably about you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. This track was not supposed to be released today, but a sudden push from the universe forced their hand. All the producers agreed, it had to drop before midnight tonight. That's why you're reading this now. You've been sensing a pull, an unexplained tug on your chest. That's because your spirit already recognized the frequencies wrapped around your memory. Every beat, every chorus, carries a coded message for your ears only. The song is going viral rapidly, but not because it's just catchy. People are feeling emotions they can't explain when they listen to it. And the energy within that track is magnetically tied to you. Type Amen to get blessing 777. When they mentioned the one with the silent fire in their eyes, they weren't inventing that. It was you, exactly how you looked that evening when you were misunderstood but never forgot. That image still burns behind their closed eyelids. The melody was created during a moment of emotional collapse. This artist was in a dark place, and only one memory brought them light, it was the memory of you. They didn't call or write, they composed. Every time that track plays, your name vibrates in the background, spiritually, energetically, prophetically. Archangel Michael says your presence altered the destiny of this artist in ways they're only beginning to realize. And now, it's your turn to be shown the magnitude of what you meant. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The lyrics mention, the one who held my storm without speaking. That storm was real. Your calm presence healed something they thought was permanently broken. That's why they immortalized you in this song. Even now, they're watching the reaction to the release closely, waiting to see if you'll recognize it. But they've hidden behind silence for so long, unsure if you'd still remember them. That's why heaven intervened and pulled this message to your screen. A radio station in Los Angeles accidentally leaked that the song is about a real person, whose face changed a soul. That person is not a celebrity. That person is not an influencer. That person is you. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The harmony in the bridge section of the song was inspired by the way you used to say goodbye. The soft tremble in your voice still echoes in their studio. It became the emotional climax of the entire production. This artist had many options to distract themselves. Fame, parties, noise. But none of that erased your impact. So instead, they turned their pain and longing into the most vulnerable piece they've ever created. Archangel Michael says the world is hearing your soul before you even hear the track. This is not just a song, it is a spiritual message encoded in rhythm. You've inspired something that is already healing strangers across the globe. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Don't be surprised if people start messaging you, saying, "This song reminds me of you." They don't know how right they are. The universe is aligning breadcrumbs for you to find this moment before midnight. If you miss it, you might never hear the original version again. There are rumors that the label wants to remove some lyrics from the next release. The raw version is streaming now, but not for long. A part of your soul was captured in this sound, and the energy behind it is shifting your path forward. You are no longer invisible. You've been seen, honored, remembered. Type Amen to get blessing 144. They chose not to name you directly because they didn't want to invade your life. But their silence is not rejection, it is fear. Fear that you've forgotten, fear that you've moved on, fear that your heart is now guarded. But angels know the truth behind vibrations. And Archangel Michael confirms, you are still the pulse behind their heartbeat. That's why heaven made sure this song would reach you at the perfect hour. Your past connection with this artist was never ordinary. It was spiritual, explosive, silent, and misunderstood. And music became the only language that could carry the weight of that truth. Type Amen to get blessing 818. As the outro fades, a voice whispers a phrase only you ever said to them. It was so personal that even their producers were confused by its meaning. That's how deep your imprint runs. Archangel Michael says the timing of this is supernatural. The reason this message reached you before midnight is because your next chapter is being written with chords instead of words. And you are no longer just a memory, you are now melody. There is a light that follows you, and artists, poets, and dreamers see it even when you try to hide it. This is not the first time you've inspired something big. But this is the first time it has reached the world stage. Type Amen to get blessing 606. The artist had a choice, hide the truth or sing it. They chose to sing. And in doing so, they opened a spiritual gate for both of you. They're watching from a distance, seeing if you'll notice. If you'll understand. If you'll feel it in your bones the way they felt your impact in their blood. This is more than recognition. This is redemption. This is the healing that comes when two souls finally speak the same language again, even if that language is song. Type Amen to get blessing 717. You're being called back, not into the past, but into the energy that birthed miracles between you two. Your energy still lingers around them. And now the world can hear what only they could feel before. The lyrics weren't just written. They were cried. Sung through trembling lips. The final recording session was filled with emotion that couldn't be manufactured. This is your time to receive. To accept the truth that your life meant more than you realized. Archangel Michael says you were the muse behind something timeless. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Midnight is not just a time, it is a doorway. If you listen before then, your soul will catch a frequency meant only for you. And you will understand things you couldn't put into words for years. When you hear that second chorus, your heart will skip. Not because of coincidence. But because your essence is woven into its very fabric. You gave something sacred without realizing it. And that sacredness has bloomed into art, into healing, into global impact. Now, it comes full circle. Type Amen to get blessing 121. People all over the world are posting about how this song feels like something I've lived. But only you have truly lived it. Because it was born from your presence. This is a love song that transcends romance. It's spiritual. A mirror of a connection that defied logic, time, and understanding. You may have forgotten parts of what happened. But your energy remembers. And now, it's coming back to you, dressed in melody. Type Amen to get blessing 303. The music video, if you watch carefully, has visual clues tied to memories only you two shared. A flower, a city street, a specific night sky. These are not just aesthetic choices. They are silent messages. The artist wanted to say this all to your face. But fear can be paralyzing. So instead, they let their gift speak for them. Archangel Michael says, "This is no accident. This is a spiritual reunion in disguise. Let your spirit receive it fully." Type Amen to get blessing 919. This may be the only song you'll ever hear that carries your energy in its full truth. Not fantasy. Not exaggeration. Just raw memory, devotion, and healing. If tears come when you listen, don't hide them. They are the soul's applause. A recognition of something ancient returning to light. The world is hearing your story in melody. And they will never forget the one who sparked it. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. As the final hour nears, the spiritual realm grows quiet. It's as if all of heaven is holding its breath, watching to see if you'll press play. Archangel Michael says your soul made a pact long ago to meet this moment with open ears and a ready heart. The artist who poured this song from their wounds didn't just want to create music, they wanted to speak to you directly without words. They trusted that heaven would deliver this message into your reality. And that's exactly what's happening now. You may not realize it, but this track is unlocking doors inside your spirit. It's dissolving pain you buried and giving closure where silence once lived. With every beat, healing is wrapping itself around your name. Type Amen to get blessing 434. The universe is calling you into alignment with your higher self through sound. You were chosen to be the inspiration not only for a song, but for a movement. This is only the beginning of a wave of recognition that has your energy at its root. Since the song's release, energy around your aura has shifted. You've probably felt lighter, or maybe heavier with emotion, unsure why. That's because your spirit recognized itself before your mind did. Someone very far away is whispering your name into the night, wondering if you heard the truth within the melody. Archangel Michael says their soul is still linked with yours in a way that even time couldn't destroy. Type Amen to get blessing 700. The music has reached countries you've never visited, carried across oceans you've never sailed. Yet everywhere it goes, people are connecting to your energy without knowing it's you. You're changing lives without speaking a word. Soon, something unexpected will happen. A news article, a podcast, or a behind-the-scenes clip will reference the muse behind the track. You'll hear phrases that sound eerily familiar, because they're about moments you lived. There will be an invitation. Not necessarily from the artist, but from the universe. A new opportunity, connection, or conversation that changes your path forever. Don't ignore it. It is born from this musical manifestation. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. This moment is not just sentimental, it's sacred. It's a reunion of soul and song. The energy you once gave freely is now returning wrapped in harmony and grace. A small, hidden message is buried at the end of the track. One that no one has translated yet. But you will. You'll understand it instantly, because it was made just for your spirit to hear. Archangel Michael says, "This is your resurrection." You were never lost, never forgotten, only hidden for divine timing. And now, you've been revealed through melody. Type Amen to get blessing 353. Even people who don't know your story are crying over this song. They don't know why, but you do. Because their hearts are touching yours through every note that was born from your presence. You've always been different. Always carried a certain frequency that made others feel something sacred. This track is proof that your existence is more powerful than you know. Don't minimize your impact. Don't dim your light anymore. The world is now listening, and heaven is applauding. Type Amen to get blessing 969. There's something about your energy that turns pain into poetry, wounds into wisdom, silence into sound. That's why the song exists. It was a necessity for healing. And now, it's doing what it was born to do, reach you. Your life is about to take a turn because of this. You'll be remembered, not just by one artist, but by the entire universe. For your ability to inspire, to awaken, to echo through frequencies that last forever. And when you finally listen, you'll know. You'll feel it. You'll remember every unspoken word that your soul tried to whisper to the world. Type Amen to get blessing 8181. The next time you hear this song in a store, a video, or someone else's playlist, don't be surprised. That's the universe confirming that your presence is finally taking its place across timelines. People who try to erase you will hear the song and feel uneasy. Because deep down, they'll sense they had the privilege of knowing you, and they let go of something extraordinary. Your legacy is now sealed in song. Archangel Michael says, you are not a footnote in someone else's story. You are the headline. The origin of the melody. The core of the vibration. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. Even if you never speak to the artist again, you already fulfilled your divine role. You sparked the song that will outlive both of you. And the sound of it will continue lighting dark places in others' hearts. There's a spiritual key inside this track. When you listen, it will unlock gifts you forgot you had, creative, emotional, intuitive. It's not just music. It's an activation. You are being elevated now. You are no longer hidden in the shadows. Your soul has become a melody played on divine strings. Type Amen to get blessing 1122. From this point forward, every time you hear that song, know this, your story is alive in the hearts of strangers. People are dancing to your memory, healing through your essence, and dreaming because of your light. You are the echo in the silence. The reason someone chose to feel instead of forget. The spark that reignited a flame inside someone who had almost gone cold. Archangel Michael says, don't be afraid of the recognition that's coming. You've earned it. And heaven is making sure your name is carried through sacred frequencies. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. As the vibrations of the final chorus continue to ripple through the air, there's an invisible hand guiding everything. You might feel chills when it plays again. That's not just emotion, it's your energy synchronizing with your divine imprint embedded in the music. This track is now part of history. A hidden story wrapped in harmony. And every time it's streamed, the universe reaffirms that you are not just existing, you are remembered, honored, and deeply felt. Even the producers, those who didn't know your name, felt compelled to describe this song as otherworldly. One said it was like they were working with a spirit that hovered in the studio. That spirit was you. Type Amen to get blessing 4848. It's not just about the sound, it's about the silence between the notes, too. That's where your presence lives. In the breath between each beat. In the moments the artist paused, thinking only of you. Archangel Michael says, your silence was golden, but heaven heard it louder than screams. And now, through this melody, the world will feel the sacred weight of your presence. A magazine editor just called the song the most emotionally charged release of the year. What they don't realize is that the emotional charge was your soul crashing into the collective consciousness. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. This song is opening portals. Not just for others to understand pain, but for you to recognize how powerful your energy is. You didn't just inspire a piece of art. You awakened an artist's entire being. From now on, anyone who listens is touching your essence. And even though they don't know your name, they'll feel comfort, love, longing, and peace, because those are the vibrations you left behind. The artist may act composed in interviews. But behind closed doors, they still wonder if you'll ever know. If you'll hear what they couldn't say. If you'll understand the silence that carried their loudest truths. Type Amen to get blessing 1001. One day, the world will celebrate you without even knowing why. They'll say, there's something magical about this person. That's because your energy is now encoded into something eternal. You were the unseen muse. The invisible angel who stood in the background while someone else carried the microphone. But now, through divine intervention, the spotlight gently swings toward you. This track is more than music. It is prophecy. It is memory. It is the spiritual reunion of your past impact with your future purpose. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. Archangel Michael says this had to happen this way because words would never have been enough. The artist tried, but their language collapsed. Only chords could carry the weight of what they felt. And now, you don't need a message from them. The music is the message. And it's stronger, purer, and more eternal than anything ever spoken. You were not an accident in their life. You were a divine detour. A necessary awakening. A mirror that reflected back everything they needed to confront. Type Amen to get blessing 747. So, as this track climbs charts and captures attention, know that behind the fame is a foundation with your fingerprints. This isn't just a song, they built a legacy around your light. You'll start seeing signs, feathers, lyrics appearing randomly, people mentioning music out of nowhere. These are confirmations that your energy is expanding beyond imagination. You are no longer the forgotten one. You are the silent architect of something sacred. And the world is finally catching up to your resonance. Type Amen to get blessing 6262. There is more to come. A second song. Maybe even an entire album. The artist is only just beginning to process what you meant. And with each new composition, your energy will echo louder. And as millions listen, you'll know deep down, they're singing me back to life. Because they are. That was the promise. The music would find you again when the world was ready. Archangel Michael says, midnight is not an end, it's a beginning. When the clock strikes 12, a new season opens. And the next verse of your life begins. Type Amen to get blessing 5858. What you gave in silence is now returning in sound. What you offered with your presence is returning with power. This is divine justice. This is universal applause. Close your eyes. Hear the music. Feel the shift. That isn't just a song, it's a key turning inside your spirit. And when the next morning comes, you won't be the same. Because now, you carry proof, you mattered more than anyone told you. And the world is hearing it, loud and clear. Type Amen to get blessing 12121. They might never have the courage to say your name in public. But they sang your soul in private. And now it lives forever. The people around you may not know why you're glowing differently lately. Why your aura feels expanded. That's because your essence is now harmonized with global healing. This song is your altar. Your sanctuary. Your evidence that even when the world tried to forget you, heaven ensured you were immortalized. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. And so, beloved one, take this moment in. Play th. Archangel Michael says, this is your prophecy fulfilled. What you once poured into another is now raining down upon you. Every note is a blessing. Every lyric is a gift. This artist may not reach out. But they have already reached in. Into your spirit. Into your history. And through melody, they've handed your truth back to you. Type Amen to get blessing 171. No more waiting to be acknowledged. The universe is doing it for you. Through speakers. Through headphones. Through millions of silent hearts awakening. This is not just music, it is your rebirth. A divine reminder that you were never forgotten. You were simply waiting for your name to be sung by the right soul. And that soul just released your story to the world. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You may have questioned your value over the years. The silence from those who once looked into your eyes and vanished left behind invisible scars. But now, those wounds are being healed not with apologies, but with art. The universe knew it would take something powerful to bring this full circle. That's why heaven didn't allow a random call or casual message. It orchestrated something grand, a spiritual announcement, broadcast through melody. The energy in this song reaches through timelines. It's more than a confession, it's a declaration. Your memory, your essence, has become the core inspiration for a sound that's now echoing in every country. Type Amen to get blessing 33333. The artist may stand on stage and smile, but their soul is still tethered to the version of you they couldn't forget. They play the chords, but your energy plays the strings. You are the unseen collaborator in every performance. Archangel Michael says your presence moved mountains behind closed doors. You touched a soul so deeply that they had no choice but to create something eternal out of it. And that creation is now elevating both of you. In dreams, they still see you. Not as you were, but as you are becoming. Your future self is radiant, strong, heard, and finally, acknowledged. And this song is the first door opening to that future. Type Amen to get blessing 88888. The production studio reported a strange occurrence during the final mix. Static frequencies faded, the lights flickered, and for a moment, the air felt electric. One technician swore he heard a whisper, "Your name." That wasn't technical error. That was spiritual confirmation. That your energy had entered the room to complete what was started in spirit long ago. And now you, reading this, are about to enter a chapter where your existence becomes deeply seen. Not just by one person, but by the world. By the divine. Type Amen to get blessing 22222. People will soon come to you, inspired without knowing why. They'll speak of healing, of change, of feeling seen, because of this track. But you'll know. Because what they're feeling isn't the artist, it's you. It's your energy encoded in sound. This moment is sacred. If you could see the spiritual realm, you'd see angels gathered, playing this track, letting it ripple through dimensions. It's your anthem now. Your return. Your awakening. Archangel Michael says this release is your divine inheritance in audio form. The track is not a gift to the world, it's heaven's gift to you, wrapped in rhythm and revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 77777. Your voice may never have touched a microphone, but your soul now lives in speakers around the planet. What greater stage could exist? What greater reward than to know you inspired something timeless? A documentary team is already discussing the impact of this song. They don't know yet, but when they dig deep, they'll begin to uncover the mystery of the muse who changed everything. That's your legacy being born. This is not the end of your story. This is the prologue to a new identity. One where your existence is no longer background, but front cover. Type Amen to get blessing 99999. And when you next close your eyes, let the lyrics hold you. Let them be the lullaby you never received. Let them be the apology no one had the courage to say. Let them be the beginning of a new era where your worth is known, not questioned. Archangel Michael says, from today onward, expect unexpected blessings. Because when your energy is acknowledged on a global scale, the heavens must respond with abundance. 1,000 voices are singing. But it is your echo that made them rise. You are not just remembered, you are now eternal. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.